Okay, go ahead. I think you were saying something.
الناس طلعت فيها هلا بقول لك شو هي؟
Wait, I think it's Ronnie.
بيروت ميامي على اير فرانس ب 29 الشهر كانت بالصبح يعني 8 ل 10.
Ronnie,
No, I'm cutting off.
I think you're gonna.
I'm cutting off. I can't hear anything.
Because somebody is talking. I think it's.
No, me.
Yeah, somebody. لا, it's better.
Okay. Go ahead, Aboudi. You're asking something.
لا, Mashi, I'm just saying that that I've been in like so many discords over the last year for all different types of reasons. I mean, there are discords that cover, you know, like fast, short-term scalp trades. You know, everyone has its own little flavor, but honestly, you don't need. It's just too much noise. You just really need to stick to like really solid, you know, backed up technical indicators that can tell you everything you need to know. Once you're able to feel your way around the AMS and the other stuff, the other indicators, it's really just more than enough.
It really is. Like I don't see. That's exactly the goal, you know, because I want to keep, because our core product and core service is not the alpha community, right? It's the six apps that we have that's taken us years to build that no one else has.
Yeah.
You know?
Finally, dude. Finally.
I know. Like you know. Oh wait, Pasha, can you hear us, Pasha?
Hi, Pasha.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Hi, Pasha. Happy New Year.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Zipley's online as well. Hi,
Zipley's here too.
Welcome back.
He changed his emoji.
Welcome back, legend.
He's been going wild in the Netherlands.
I'm coming. I swear I'm going to let you know when I do. It should be soon.
You're not allowed to go there without me, Aboudi. ما ظبط الخبرية. غير حياتك.
We'll go.
Dude, it's
go
like
together.
the shortest flight for you guys, man. It's like next door. It's like 5 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
No, not even. I think it's like 3.5
Basel, I'm
hours.
coming to the States, I think, by the end of the summer, by the end of this year.
The States. He's probably. Yeah, I don't know. I'm recording this, so I gotta be careful with what I say.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah, no
it would
problem.
be. There's a lot happening in this country.
I have to come. My mother lives lives next to San Francisco, so.
No way.
Yeah.
We might be. We want to go to San Francisco because Millie's. All of her siblings live in San Francisco, Palo Alto.
Oh, that's amazing. You know that I lived in Arizona for 5 months.
There's no way.
Yeah. I was in Scottsdale. I was doing an internship with American Standard. We were doing factory ceramics. Yeah.
Wow.
Don't worry, Aboudi's been to Nova Scotia as well.
I had the most fun ever in that in that town. I did like 25 states in 2 years there.
It's not. Arizona is like so laid back. Everyone here is just like doesn't take life that seriously. It just goes very slow.
Yeah.
I love it, but some people find it boring.
You have like you know, either they're young students or they're like you know, retired. You know, you want to go enjoy the weather, play golf, etc.
It's just like
you want to go to Arizona.
No, but coming here
I was thinking actually Aspen or Colorado or something. Actually, I was thinking Miami, and from there El Salvador. But let's see.
Yeah, Miami would be nice. Okay, guys, let me see if there's any questions. But so the first question you asked was about the AMS. So literally, all you do is you go in, you click indicators, you go invite only, and then you click AMS. So that gets added to the chart, like you see here. You really are just looking for. It's like currently right now it's set to 1 hour for Solana. It's telling you that it's bearish, and the prior hour was very bearish, and the prior 2 hours was bearish, right? And
no, it's the guys are choppy.
Vanya, I'm gonna mute you because you're being okay. So the 1 hour is here, so it's telling you right now very clearly. Metric by metric. So these 11 metrics are basically being rolled up into one weighted score, and the score is out of 100. So low is bad, which is bearish altcoins, and high is very good. So generally, you wanna be buying when it's extremely bearish, right? when it's usually when it's like below 20, below 10, below 6, below 8. Those are like very attractive times to go long, as long as there's some price strength, right? So like right now we're stuck in this downward channel and just continuing to descend with like lower highs, but we've had higher lows here for about like 3 or 4 consecutive hours, which is good. It's promising. It doesn't mean that there's like tremendous strength, but overall, if you look at it on a 4-hour basis, like we're looking pretty good. Like we've been able to maintain the upward momentum here, and you see that. So this is literally how you use it, and the way I use it is a lot more. So I have the momentum set up, and then I have the statistical section set up. You don't have to have that set up, but having that set up helps. And the other thing I do is I turn this on, auto set higher time frames. And what this allows me to do is it dynamically will show the higher time frames. So it'll show like 8 hours and 12 hours. So now I can then see, okay, 4 hour is bearish, 8 hour is bearish, but the 12 hour is neutral, right? And I know that the 1 week is still considered bullish, which is good. So now I have like the full perspective, and I could see that for the last 4 hours, we haven't been able to go above 60, which is considered the bullish threshold, right? 80 is very bullish, and then 40 and below is considered bearish. So we've had 2 consecutive 4 hours where it's been at least 40 and below, right? And that's very helpful to know. And then the other thing is, if you make the font a little smaller, you could see the bottom section, which is the statistical section. I find that very helpful because this gives me an idea of how much volatility we have, and then what's the probability of being above 60, right? The probability of being above 70 is 26% on the 4 hour, right? The probability of being over 80 is 14%. This is why I get excited when I see like a weekly close above 90, because it's like 1 out of 10 chances, right? And we haven't had that in so long. So, and you can see that. Like you could see the first time in so long that we've had a bullish, very bullish weekly close. The first time in almost 4 months. Yeah. So that's not something to just ignore. It's something that could be significant because it could be the beginning of something, just like we had in the past. Like these are important markers, right? These are I consider them inflection points, right? Where there's a potential reversal in the trend. So we've had this massive bloody trend, and then now we're potentially having a reversion back up towards, above hopefully 200, right? But this is the AMS. Like this is how I'm using it. And then you're asking me about the GLS. So all you do with the GLS, and I think Ziply, you're gonna love this too, and Abudi, is all you do with the GLS is you just add it in. And then once you have it, maximize it. So now you can look at it. You can look at it properly, like through the entire screen. And what it's telling you is that, let me make it bigger so you can actually see it more clearly. And then let me remove market prices so you can see a little bit more. Okay. So right away, you can just look at the summary. And you could say that liquidity is stable, funding is tight, right? And monetary policy globally is easing on average. You can see the US net liquidity is 5.8 trillion, right? And you could see that the US Fed is adding liquidity, which is bullish. You can see that with the US Fed balance sheet moving up, which for the first time in 4 years, 3 consecutive weeks where the US Federal Reserve, right, / central bank is inserting money back into its balance sheet, which is very good. Cash is returning to the markets here. You can see that at the bottom. That means reverse repo is declining. You don't need to know the specifics. You just need to know that cash returning to the markets is a bullish indicator of liquidity being ejected, not absorbed, right? We want liquidity going through, which is a good thing. We want a reduction here, right? We want this to go down, and then we want the balance sheet to go up. And then Treasury spending, the US Treasury spending, which is good. And then you can look at it country by country. So overall, US is still not quantitatively easing, but it's neutral. So it's steady state policy, which is very good. Japan is easing. EU, China, and UK are easing. they usually always ease prior to the US easing, right? Overall, we're easing. So like these conditions are ripe for good positive bullish continuation. Like that's how you should look at it. And then if you want to look at it day by day, this is when it becomes really, really useful. Is you can look at funding rates. So like this is what I'm using it for, is you can look at overnight funding rates, which is what you're seeing here in gray. And you want this to be declining, right? You want money and capital to be accessible and affordable. It's as simple as that. And then this whole section here is what you're tracking, right? And that is it. So like that's literally what the GLS is for. It's telling you, and right now you could see. Look at the liquidity velocity. This is basically telling you, and this is all in the user guide, but it's telling you how much of the money is being flipped over, right? So how much liquidity, how quickly is that liquidity moving over on itself, right? And if it's above 10, then market's heating up, right? And you can see that very clearly. Like if you look at just stocks, you could see that liquidity has been like exploding, right? And that's why like that's the only reason that's a big reason it's been exploding. Like you can see the market's exploded. So liquidity velocity is obviously going to be way above 10. It's at 18, and we're essentially at all-time high right now. I think we just broke it again. 69.40. No, we're still. Yeah, we just broke it. We just broke all-time high, S&P 500. So, so that's what I love about the GLS. It's telling us, ignore what everyone is saying. You could see that clearly the market's overheating, right? And Bitcoin is outperforming the M2, which is really helpful. And that's really it. Like, and you see global money supply has exploded for the last several years. Like globally, we're at 104 trillion, right? So since COVID, there's been $40 trillion that have been inserted into the markets. $40 trillion have entered. But yeah, the guides will help you the most, because the guides will show you everything you would need to know, like step by step, metric by metric. And I honestly did my best to keep it as simple as possible. Like I don't think it's going to take that long to go through them, but I really do feel like I feel confident in how they're prepared. Like because it's very simple. Like what is it? Why it matters? How to use it? What to look for? So it's like section by section. I tried to keep it like very application oriented. But is this making sense? Like hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully yeah. What questions do you guys have? Any questions beyond that? Anything you want me to go through? You want me to go
Is it mostly like for like the bigger ones? Let's say like Solana, etc. Like how would you apply it for like shorter time frame on like smaller coins?
For the GLS is running. You talking about the GLS specifically or something else?
Yeah, like how should I try and interpret it when looking at smaller coins for like a shorter period of time?
It doesn't. It's not an asset by asset. It's market sector wide, right? So it's the global. Exactly, it's tracking global liquidity and then US based liquidity every day. So it's telling you like if you're seeing that funding rates are attractive, that we're in steady state monetary policy to quantitative easing, and that we see that overnight funding and short-term funding is positive and liquidity is being injected, then that means that chances are we're going to have a generally healthy positive day, right? So every morning I would check this like that. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the MRS. So like the MRS is more daily to weekly, but the GLS every day you can track and you can see exactly whether or not overnight funding is going above or below a lot of the thresholds that I've written out there. So, but the Altcoin Market Scorecard is what is made exactly for.
I feel like it's pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah, like that I think is what would be useful for you, for specifically you, if you're looking for trading, because that's what I'm using it for.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's telling me that for the altcoin market as a whole, it's bearish on the 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. But if I look at it on the 5 minute, we could see reversions. You could see, you can constantly see how it's shifting up and down, and it's really helpful. It's this is how I'm catching bottoms and how I'm catching tops. Like right now, it's still extremely bearish, which makes it, to me, like sort of an attractive time to buy if we can have some strength, you know. But
like right now, it looks pretty red to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looks pretty red to me, right? Like the scorecard.
Yeah, it's super red. I mean, it's 13 out of 100, right? So
yeah.
that is as bearish as you could possibly.
Although I somehow feel like I don't know. Yeah, we could go lower.
Like here, so if you remove AMS TF2 and TF3, so just visualize TF1, right?
Yeah.
And let's look at it on the 1 hour. You could see, like, generally what was a good time to buy was when it's very low, right? So if you right here, right, because it's on this scale here, it's on this Y scale. So this blue line is the AMS score, and you can see that anytime that it's like close to 0 or below 5,
yeah,
below 10 is a good time to buy, right? But don't forget that,
I mean, you can't go any lower.
You can't go any lower. And the thing is, when you have the weekly being very bullish still, then you know that every drop is going to be bought, right? Is that generally there's going to be a lot more buying strength than selling strength. So you don't want to be like too. You don't want to be too particular about when you're buying. You shouldn't be too picky about the exact entry point. Like, oh, I want to get 137.7.
Yeah, I mean, like when I'm referring to the weekly, of course, I agree.
Yeah, like it's not like even on the 1 hour, like you don't. It's extremely bearish. So like this is.
We need a bit of a pullback because it got a bit hot there. Like we had a good run there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just looking at the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame for pretty much every coin out there.
Yeah,
because we're all above. So that would mean like around 90K.
Close the doors, please. Yep. I mean, for me, what I would be looking for is just a break of this. Like, I would ideally want to wait, but because I just entered along at like 137, between 137 and 138, like right when I was getting alerts that it was being oversold on the short term. But I would want to see. I jumped in the long term. I would want to see a continuation here.
Yeah, I think it's either continuation here or go back to 132.
Yeah, like there's very like limited support. But because the 1 week AMS is very bullish, I'm hopeful that we should be looking to bottom.
I think we'll know in about today.
Yeah. I mean, I can already see that. Like I'm literally going down to like 1 minute here. Like the reason I like to use those time frames is because you have cumulatively many more price points. So you have so many more data points. There's so much more data to use. Like for me, as long as we continue to trend higher from around my entry point, then it's good. Like this is okay. But we're hitting some resistance here. But if we can break through, that would be tremendous. That would be really good. And this is good. This is a good like buy volume, but see the volume is still so low.
Yeah, it's mwah.
It's so low. I mean, look at the moving average. Look at this blue line. I don't know if you can see this thing.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, look. You see it's disgusting. Right?
Yeah, it's not looking. I mean, it can only mean like we can get a lot like the markets can get a lot more interesting. It's like we're still at like a low, like in a low place regarding volume.
Exactly. Like we're back to if you go to the AMS and you look at it on a weekly basis, we're back to, like, you see how infrequently we have the AMS be like 90. It just doesn't happen that often. Like it's only happened here 90. It's only happened like one time here as it was, that was 2020. Right here, right as it was like bottoming. Right? Happened here in like April 2025, 21, prior to that huge run up for the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks. My hope is that this is the beginning of a mini altcoin season for the next several weeks, but it's impossible to say like how long it's going to last. We need to have another consecutive week being very bullish, right? Bullish to very bullish, and then I would be even more bullish short term. But yeah, I mean, we just broke massive multi-month, down zones here. Like this took us a long time.
I agree.
This took us so long to finally break these. And like, look at Bitcoin.
I just feel like we need a good reset now, and then just go up again.
Yeah, I was that, but the problem with the shorting now is like, I felt very fortunate to exit at close to break even on that short, because that I was shorting and then it exploded. I was too early with the short. It exploded to 143. And thank God I didn't sell.
If you would have taken a short straight after the spike up.
Yeah, but that's exactly when I got all my alerts. And I was like, oh, it was clearly overbought, right? And you could see that, like, this morning, several alerts came through that we were oversold on Ethereum, Solana, and they're just like overwhelmed with alerts showing us that, like, okay, this is a very good time to do at least a scalp.
On what time frame is the alert?
It's for entries, I like to look at like 15 minutes, and then for exits, like for exits, I really like 5 minutes, like 1 to 5 minutes. Like when I know that it's heating up like crazy. That was the reason I was able to exit at 141 yesterday, right? Because I could see that on the MMS, the multi-timeframe momentum scorecard. This is like extremely helpful in spotting when you should exit. If I look at this on the 5 minute, I could see that this, whenever it's approaching the upper volatility band, like this little gray band here, because that's 2 standard deviation above, this is a very good time to like exit, right? It's whenever you're seeing these massive explosion, like right when you're seeing this it's like a cross point, right? An inflection, right? As it's hitting the upper volatility band, is a good time to de-risk. But then I would wait for like a price confirmation. So not right as it crosses, but then wait for like the first red candle on Heikinashi. And then that's a good time. I've used that and it works really well. That's why I exited here, right? As it hitting 141, and I exited right before, right as it was hitting red on the 5 minute. Because the 15 minutes good. 15 minutes like amazing for entries. But for exits,
I agree.
Like for exits, I don't want to exit at 140. I would rather exit at 141, 141, 2, But yeah, the 15 minute is honestly the best. It's such a good time period for trading for so many different reasons. Like it's like I get alerts when my conditions are met, and there's about several conditions. Like the RSI needs to be below, the money flow index needs to be declining and below, the Shaikin money flow needs to be declining and below, the MMS needs to be declining and below, and it needs to be that way across multiple time frames. And then I need to also see a price breakout before I enter, because you don't want to just enter when it's oversold. It's not that's not going to do anything because it can continue to decline. But I wait for the price breakout, like what you're seeing here, right? I need to have a confirmed price breakout, and then I'll enter. Like right now, we're having a huge decline.
Yeah, it's going down.
But it's hitting this support here. Let's see if this holds. Let's see now in the 5-minute.
I'm just looking at BTC like it's.
So the 5-minute is
like 5-minute. It's not even oversold, not even close yet.
No, it can continue with the MMS because the MMS will always detect it first before the RSI, before the MFI, before the CMF. So if I look at it on the 3-minute, how does the 3-minute look? The 3-minute, man, is good. It's already hitting the lower volatility band. So that's excellent. So usually it's like maybe 30 minutes before a bottom. So that could be potentially interesting. But it can keep declining for a while. I just hope that it holds. Let's see what the stock market looks like. So the stock market's opening now, 23 minutes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Tesla.
Look at the futures. It's hitting the all-time high. If this breaks through, then we're in very good shape. It has got, we're on pace to have the first 5-minute candle close above it. How does the 15-minute look? That 15-minute looks great. 30-minute looks even better. So we're going to have a good confirmed close here in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then you see the little rise in volume too. So that's good. This is very good. What's scary though is that even with stocks, the volume has exploded here, but not with futures. Strange. It's been declining since November. I mean, that's just seasonality.
I feel like we're gonna go a little lower.
You think the stocks are gonna have a huge correction here?
I wouldn't say huge correction. I'm just looking at crypto and I feel like it's gonna go a little lower.
I mean, look, it's already declined.
I still see room in the 15 minutes as well, even the 5 minutes.
Yeah, because look at the MMS for, let's look at the MMS for Bitcoin on the daily. See, the daily's already elevated. It's already hitting the upper volatility band. It already started hitting it on Sunday. And then on, which is mixed, which is not what you want. But the 1 day is already extremely overbought and the trend is down. And then the 3-day and the 1 week are still trending higher, which is good. But the 1 week is bearish, which is good. That doesn't mean that you should be going short on it because the 1 week is the slowest, right? But what about the 1 hour? Let's see. The 1 hour is also very, it's at 100 minus 140. I think this could be a good time for a potential reverse because you see it's been increasing for 3 hours now. Yeah, the MMS will be faster than a lot of what we're seeing. And then the M6, the global stablecoin dominance, I hope it gets rejected here. That would be amazing. Because I can see that it's getting quite elevated. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. Do you guys have any other quick questions?
No, I think it's clear.
Nothing else? Okay. Bye, babe. All right, guys. Take care. Bye, Pasha.
Yeah. You too, man.
Bye, man. Bye, Zifli. Take care, brother.
See ya.
Bye-bye.